Guys, it's Laon here from Soulutions Coaching. Today we're going to go back to the basics and just talk about what the law of assumption is and what it isn't, what you need to do to have the best assumptions to create the best reality that you can experience. All right, guys? So stay tuned to the very end. As always, I do offer the one-on-one coaching and I do offer other coaching packages, which I put them all in the drop box below, pricing and everything. If you want to check out my website, it's soulutionscoaching.org. I do have sales going right now, $85 for a one-on-one session, hour session with me, or I do have a 4-pack with 4 sessions and it's $300. Those are the sales going right now. I have the email in the drop box below as well. Just email me what you are looking for and I'd be happy to help. Let's dive in. I thought it was important to get back to the basics, to talk about what the law of assumption even is. Because a lot of times we get so wrapped up in just manifesting the things that we want, and we get sidetracked from what we're actually doing. The fact that we are creating every area of our life, not just our specific person, not just our finances. So the law of assumption is where your dominant thoughts, assumptions, and beliefs create your reality, what you are experiencing day to day, how people are experiencing you, how you experience them. That is all coming from within you. So if we reprogram our mind to have the proper assumptions that we actually want and the beliefs that we actually want, it's going to recreate our entire reality. So say if we had the assumption that all men cheat, because that's what we experienced once, and now it became a belief that all men do it. Guess what? Every man that we meet, every specific person is going to cheat on us. And it's not their fault. We can't blame them. It's just us, our beliefs, our assumptions being pushed out onto them. So they have no choice but to reflect that back to us by cheating. Now, if we change that assumption, that belief, into all men are loyal and faithful to me, everyone is loyal and faithful to me, then guess what? Your SP and everyone that you experience will be loyal and faithful to you. There no longer be cheating. You don't have to worry about that. So we just have to identify the beliefs and assumptions that you hold about specific people, like family members, friends, co-workers, literally everyone that we experience, we have assumptions about them. Or just general assumptions about how people treat us, how they respond to us. So once we identify what those are and change them to be beneficial, then guess what? Everyone in your reality changes as well. This also is important and it goes side by side with self-concept. If you are working on your self-concept and assume good things about yourself, assume that everyone likes you, enjoys your company, has the belief systems that you can make it through anything, that nothing is impossible for you, you are limitless, and that's what you'll experience in your reality. And things will come easily and naturally to you because that's the assumption you are holding about yourself. We have assumptions about the specific people, like I said. We have assumptions about, even our animals. We have assumptions on how they're going to show up, how our children are going to show up, how our parents show up, how traffic is, how people at the grocery store are. We have assumptions about everything. That's what our entire life is made out of, is assumptions and beliefs. So that's why you'll see some people be extremely filthy, stinking rich because they have positive assumptions about money and finances. And then there's other people that are so poor they can't even afford food. It's because they have negative assumptions and beliefs about money. So we just have to figure out where your belief system is at, where your assumptions are at, and reprogram your mind to then be beneficial to you. So you can have a positive, prosperous, loving, happy, fulfilling life. It's very, very simple. The law of assumption is simple. Now, a lot of people get confused. Well, what's the difference between law of assumption and law of attraction? Law of attraction teaches you it's about your emotions, that you have to be high vibe all the time in a certain frequency. You have to be feeling good to be able to manifest. We are manifesting every second, every minute of every single day. And I know, me personally, I don't feel good every second, every minute of every single day, yet I'm still manifesting. So the law of attraction has some flaws and errors in its ways. The law of assumption is just based off of what is absorbed into your subconscious mind, your dominant thoughts, your beliefs, and your assumptions. That is what is creating our reality. We don't have to worry about our emotions. The only reason why we are having negative emotions is because we have thoughts that are creating those emotions. And the reason why we have those negative thoughts is because we have beliefs that are creating the thoughts. So it's like a pyramid effect. We have the belief, and then we have the thought, and then we have the emotion. And each one creates from one another. So if we get to the root problem, the belief, the assumption about things, then it changes your thoughts, and then it will change your emotions, and you'll become more neutral with yourself, neutral about the things you're experiencing. Things aren't going to trigger you as much as they do now. I mean, we're still human. We're still going to have bad days. We're not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot easier to manage these negative thoughts or emotions, and they're not going to be overwhelming. They're not going to be as abundant in your life, in your mind. It's going to be here and there, and you're going to be able to catch it very quickly because it's going to feel off to you. Because once you work on your beliefs and your assumptions, then you'll start feeling better about yourself, and you'll recognize, oh, I love this. I want to stay here. And as you keep living in that state that you have just created, then, if you fall out of it, which is normal, that's completely normal. But if you were to fall out of it, that's okay. Because you know the difference between this negative shitty state and this positive state. So it's just easier to pick yourself up out of the negative state, get yourself back into the positive one. It might sound very confusing at first, but we are just creating each state, each situation that we are in, each feeling that we have, each thing that we are experiencing is just creating from our beliefs, assumptions, and dominant thoughts. So each state is different. There's a state to where I'm sure right now you might be in the depressed state, the heartbroken state. But I'm sure there's a state out there to where you're confident, you're loving life, you're getting everything you want. Think about how we've switched states from when we were in high school and the way we acted, the way that we thought about things, the things that triggered us, compared to now that we're adults. How do we see life? How do we experience things? So we are in different states all throughout our life. Even day to day, we are in different states. When I wake up in the morning, I am in my best state because I'm well rested. But as the day goes on, I get tired and I start getting into my sleepy state of, I don't know if I want to do this. This is rough. And then if I take a nap, back up to my high vibe, happy, loving life kind of state. So there's different states all throughout the day that we bounce around between, just like our thoughts, we bounce around between different ones. There's 60,000 thoughts in a day. You can't catch every single one. That's why it is your dominant, let me make that very clear, dominant thoughts that create. You don't have to be scared of every single thought that you have because it's not going to manifest. If you sit there and focus on that thought over and over and over and over again, that repetition is what will program into your mind. Your mind will say, oh, we want this, even if it's something you don't. It's going to say, oh, you want this, and then it's going to manifest for you. So that's where you have to be careful about the thoughts that you repetitively, your dominant thoughts, repetitively think about. Same with your fears. Same thing. If you sit there and you think about your fears all the time, then it will manifest. So if I sat there and thought about, say, I have a fear of spiders. I don't like spiders. So I sat there and say if I sat there and thought about spiders all day, oh my God, I'm so scared of them. Oh my God, I hope one doesn't creep down the wall. Oh my God, I hope I don't see one. And I keep focusing on it, then guess what? I'm going to manifest spiders, okay? It's that simple, guys. We just have to be aware and be disciplined with our mind and try our best to maintain a certain state. You're not going to always be in it, but maintain a certain state, and the way that you do this is by reprogramming your beliefs and assumptions to what you want. The only reason why we have the programming right now that we do is from our parents that instilled into us, okay? So we can change it. You can do it through visualization. You can do it through scripting. You can do it through affirming, which is just new thoughts, replacing new thoughts, or you can do it with sleep affirmation tapes that you listen to every night for 21 to 30 days. Me personally, that's my favorite. That's the easiest because I have no work to do really throughout the day. It takes care of everything for me at night. But do what works for you. But that's all that the law of assumption is. It's very simple. Just pay attention to what you have created in your life and how people are showing up for you in your life. And that right there tells you where your assumptions and your beliefs are. And that's what you need to work on. All right, guys, if you want help with this, I offer the one-on-one coaching, and I do offer group coaching if you'd like to join us there. We'd love to have you. And like I said, I do have the specials running right now until my birthday of February 1st. So you can buy as many as you want for that guaranteed price of $85 for the one-on-one session, or the 4-pack, for $300. All right, so sign up for that. And as always, guys, you got this.